Okay, honey, bye. Well, I'm here just sitting here chit chatting with myself. Just got back from flying another ship right at dusk, and it went fairly well, only to come back and find that my computer says that I have to delete some of the um, files that I have on it, that it won't let me upload the ship I did this evening. So is what it is. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Did you hear anything on your drone yet? I was hoping maybe you had. I'm going to share, screen share. This is the first time I've seen it too. This is the video that I just did tonight at dusk. So let me see, let me screen share. There we go, share. And play. See Algoma Strongfield. It's a bulk carrier. It does not have the self-unloading system on that you've seen on so many of the other ships that have a boom for the self-unloading. So it has to go and be loaded, and then also there has to be equipment on the other end where that unloaded. some people seem to really enjoy seeing the night lights with the ships. And it was almost perfect so far that I can see. That you can still make everything out. The sky is still light off to the west. And it's after sunset, of course. And so we just do one more clock around down the side, and then it goes, I pan up, elevate the aircraft, and say goodbye as it goes off, heading north into Lake Huron. And over there is Point Edward, which is just north of Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. And that is the Fort Gratiot Lighthouse, which is the oldest lighthouse on the Great Lakes. So, hey, everybody, flying with Stan. Yeah, the lights are a bonus. Everybody seems to like it when I get that perfect nighttime shot. Because if it's too late, you can't make it out. You can see the lights, but yeah, that one right there is probably one of the better ones for the nighttime shots. Yeah, it was a really nice sky. In fact, I'm going to show you one more if you guys don't mind. I'm going to show you one more little slice that I took afterwards. I elevated up and got some more shots of the area at night. So let me, and this is it here. Let me go over here and then I'm going to screen share it. Screen share, there we go, share. Okay. And there's the Blue Water Bridges. I'm right down below, just north of those flags. And there is looking down river. You can see how the river kind of winds to the left, then cuts back and then winds down. That's the Blue Water Bridges. There's two of them. The original bridge is the one that's closest to us, and the new bridge they put up in the 90s is the furthest one. And so now they have traffic in each direction on the bridges. And there's the sunset. And there's the complex where all the trucks coming in. You can see as I zoom in, it starts to get a little grainy. But still, you get a good look at the Blue Water Bridge complex with the sunset in the background and the clouds. So I come back down. And here's where I am right here. So I thought I turned the camera off. Maybe I didn't. That's enough of that nonsense. Evidently, I didn't shut the camera off. Oh, well. Culver's, Culver's. Mike, I'm not sure what you're asking me. Culver's is a store, right? No, I don't. We don't have any Culver's. Hey, Lenny's here. Lenny. Mike Henricks here and Flying with Stan. Are my two guests this evening. None of the people I sent invites to have popped on, but that's okay. Yeah, Mike, the lighting probably was close to perfect as you can get it for daylight, nighttime, you know. And the other thing too that really helps is having clear air. There wasn't any moisture in the air, so it wasn't didn't have that little cloudy look to it. We do have a Culver's next to, well, see, Lynn's the shopper, I'm not. Culver's Butter Burgers. New to me. I don't get out and go very much. Well, thank you, Mike. Yeah, it was a good flight. And I rushed to get down there. Mia didn't know if she wanted to go or not. So I went and took my stuff out to the truck to go. And I could hear her whining. So I came back and got her real quick, put her in the truck and got down there just in time to launch. So well, yeah, Amazon, but there's no Culver burgers on Amazon. Lenny. I like to shop simple. I have 2 or 3 places I shop. One is Myers, which is a superstore. Sam's Club, which is another superstore. And where else do I shop, Lynn? Oh, a party store over somewhere. Fast food made to order. Okay. Drone shots, how you doing? Lenny, you know, you can go ahead and join with your voice. You don't have to come on camera. But yeah, that makes the second ship I've got today. Then I get the other one done and it's posted. And so now this is the second one I've done. That's great, drone shots. Everything's good with you. That's fantastic. I guess we're going to get a couple of days and then it's going to turn to rain snow mix for, I think, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And of course, Saturday is Christmas. Yeah, Lynn's waiting on her Amazon RX delivery. I forgot. Yep. Well, you could always come on and cover the camera up, and then if they come, you just set the tablet down and go to the door. Or are you know, you're tracking it on your tablet. I get it. Okay. Yeah, if everybody would like to please hit the like button, that would be appreciated. We have 7 people watching. Yeah, Lynn's waiting on her Mucinex for cold symptoms. She tried, what did you try before? And it just didn't settle right with you. Oh, 5 stops away. Okay. Yeah, the Christmas lights are up a little bit in town. I don't see the Christmas, I don't know, what about the rest of you guys think? I don't see Christmas lights to the extent as when I was a kid, there was a lot more of them out there. Yeah, Lynn tried NyQuil and it upset her, so. DayQuil you're trying, right? Both a day and night, ick, okay. I muted Santa, he's not dancing in the window tonight. But hang on, let me get him going for just a little bit. Right back, guys. Okay, we'll let Santa sing and dance for a little bit. In fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what Santa's up to. Hey,
Hi,
there's
Paul.
Ron. How you doing, buddy?
Good, and you?
Another day in paradise, as they say, right?
Yeah, that's right. Another day in paradise. Another day we woke up breathing.
Yeah. I was just gonna show everybody my dancing Santa Claus in the front window.
Oh,
He sings too. Let's see if I can get the.
On the hot reindeer cars, out jumped Joe and the Claus, down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little one Christmas joy. Oh, 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 who would go? Oh, oh, who would go?
Yeah, and he's got a speaker outside, see, so the whole neighborhood hears him.
oh. And hello, everybody in the chat.
Yep, everybody likes the dancing Santa. That Santa has been in the window here, 30 years maybe?
Oh, and it's still working after 30 years. Wow.
Still going, yep.
There we go.
Yeah, my parents used to always put it up in the window. I'm living in the house I'm living in, Ron, is where the house that my parents brought me home when I was born to in 1952.
Oh.
So it's kind of the family dwelling. When I moved back here, my parents were in need of certain assistance. They were getting older, and so
Right.
they just one by one they passed on, and here I am waiting to take my place amongst the stars, you know.
How you doing, Lynn? Newfound drone. Good to see you. Mike, how are you?
Team Dancer, how you doing?
So,
The Bill's here, Newfound, yep. So Ron, how are things going? Are you still working all week, are you?
yeah, it's going to be a short week. So when I go on Wednesday night, that'll be it for me.
Okay, then they shut down till what, after Christmas, Monday? Or do they shut off for the entire week of before New Year's?
No, just down for Christmas and then off again for New Year's. So,
Okay,
you know. Yeah, so it's only a 4-day work week for me. Or 4 nights,
yeah,
however you want to look at it.
yeah. Well, one thing is you've said before that you've gotten used to the swing to the night stuff, you know?
Yep.
So,
Yeah, because basically I stay up as late as I can on a Saturday, and then of course Sunday morning I wake up around between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll lay down probably around 3, 4,
yeah.
get some more sleep.
Lynn wants to know how your birthday was, Ron.
Well, that was great. I had a great time. My birthday streamed and everything else. Had a lot of great channels come in and people there, so just had a good time.
Yeah.
I even had to even fishy go fish saying happy birthday.
Here comes Justin.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Justin, how are you doing?
How you
Good,
doing,
good.
buddy? Good.
Yeah, I let Santa usually sing until about 8 o'clock or so, and then I got to go down and shut him down. So I don't want him to wear his welcome out in the neighborhood, even though he goes back to the North Pole on Christmas Day. So
Is that that was in your living room you were showing?
yeah,
I saw it, but I didn't have the sound turned on my phone, so I didn't hear what you were saying.
yeah, that's my little buddy.
Stains out.
I'll let you hear another song.
Reindeer cars, out just go, Santa Claus, down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones with joy. Oh, 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 who would so? Oh, 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 who would so? On the house, out with down through the chimney with good things.
Now, do you control that with a controller or something?
No, he sings and dances. He's got some kind of a sensor. And if you notice around the window, I have the little flashy lights.
Uh-huh.
And that's what sets him off. If I take and move the flashy lights away from his feet, then he just stands there in the window.
Mhm.
That's a big dancing Santa. How much does one of those cost?
I don't remember. It's been in the family for at least 30 years that I know of.
Wow, and it still works and everything.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's still dancing. Well, you got to remember his audience is about this long in real time because he gets in the window usually about after Thanksgiving sometime right through Christmas. So, less than a month.
All right.
But he's well made, and I have a big bag I put over him, put him in the basement. I got to grab him by the legs and take him down because his body goes like this, his arms go like this, even his mouth opens and closes as he's singing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I see back in the day, that's when they made things to
Yeah.
quality. Nowadays they make things to break.
yeah. I think they got him at.
Okay.
I
No.
want to say that was at Frankenmuth. Lynn, what's the name of that place? Bronner's Christmas Village. Bronner's is worldwide known. It's a German community and they're worldwide known for bringing in the best of the Christmas stuff. You go there, it's like a wonderland. Justin, have you ever heard of Bronner's Christmas Village?
No.
Okay, well, what you should do is go and look on YouTube at Bronner's in Frankenmuth, Michigan. And they've got sleigh rides, they've got, it's bigger than about 3 super Kmart's hooked together full of Christmas stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
They have a department, like if you want to have a Christmas ornament personalized or made, you just tell them what you want on it. They paint it and decorate it and whatever, and you take it home with you.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Do they do that? Do they do other stuff in there, or is it just mainly Christmas once a year?
It's Christmas. It's called Bronner's Christmas Village. And all
Okay.
around the top of the place is all these different animated whatever, it's kids just go crazy,
Sounds really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a place for a family trip. Ron, you've never been there either, have you?
Where's this?
Frankenmuth, Michigan, it's just south of Saginaw.
No,
Okay. Yeah, that's where Bronner's Christmas Village is.
Yeah, these Christmas decorations are getting ridiculously huge now. These blow up ones. I saw what was it, a 15
yeah.
or 18-foot reindeer in somebody's yard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have animated reindeer there and everything full size and, whatever. They not only sell commercially, but they sell to anybody that wants to come in and buy it. And so therefore they have, like, if you had a big store or someplace or whatever, you could buy full-size deer, full-size Santas, full-size sleighs. They got them.
Wow.
And they ship
There's a guy-
all over the world, I think.
yeah, there's a guy up there. One of the houses I pass to go to work, he's got this big giant Santa Claus out on his porch, just leaning like this.
Well, the one that I get a kick out of is they dress up a Santa Claus like in a mannequin, and they hang him off the eaves trough. It looks like he fell off the roof. He's hanging there.
Oh.
Oh, matter of fact, speaking of that, I saw somebody, they redid the scene from Christmas Vacation where he falls off the roof and he's hanging from the gutter.
Yeah.
And it's actually the dude's moving back and
Yep.
forth.
Yeah,
And then you see the thing all knocked over the ladder.
ladder sliding off to the side. Yeah.
Yeah. It was really cool. I was like, that's really awesome.
But it's like I was saying, Ron. You're not as old as I am, but you're old enough to remember when we were younger. There was a lot more Christmas decorations going on in the world.
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah.
Just about every house had something, and
Hmm.
now it's sparse.
Yeah.
Well, people have gotten, I don't want to say lazier, but more convenient. They've been doing like the projection lights
Hmm.
because it's so much easier. You can just throw 2 of those in your front yard, plug them in, and your whole house is lit up.
Yeah.
Yep. I've seen those for Halloween too. Some of those are pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, they are. And they're not expensive. I mean, you can buy one of those for like 20, 30 bucks
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it will light up your whole front of your house up.
Hmm. How you doing, JD? Good to see you.
So you said last time you haven't flown your drone in a while, right, Ron?
No, I haven't because the weather really hasn't been cooperating, and I'm kind
Well,
of
yeah, it
busy.
doesn't
So
cooperate. Plus, you're working a full-time job too.
yeah, hopefully maybe over the Christmas holidays like this weekend, I'll be able to get it up if the
Yeah.
weather cooperates. Lately it's been the windy, raining, snowing.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can fly it when it's snowing. I just don't want to fly it in the rain.
Yeah. No, you don't want to take it out.
No.
Oh, you got 2 of those lights, Paul?
Actually, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
One of my neighbors, when he moved in last year, I thought it was hilarious. He actually paid somebody, a contractor, to come out and put up lights, but it was just 2 strings along the top of the house. and like a reindeer set in the front yard. I was like, really? You
Oh,
paid
yeah.
somebody to come out here and do that?
Yeah.
Like they weren't, it wasn't like this big extensive like light show or nothing. It was literally just a few strings of lights.
Yeah. Well, I cheated this year. The front can of the house, I've got the bushes that I have the net lights on, you know, the colored net lights. But I didn't cover the back side of them, which faces towards the house, because I figured the heck with it, you know?
All right.
So, but from the street, it looks great. But when you look out my front window out that way, you see the back of some of the bushes.
Who's Stewart, Paul? Lynn said you didn't put up Stewart this year.
Yeah, that's the minion. I have a 25-foot minion.
Oh Jesus.
Close up, and he's got a candy cane in his hand. He's got a Santa hat on, and he's huge. In fact, when I'm out there standing behind him, his butt's about my height of my head, and then he goes up
Wow.
higher, you know.
Yeah, there's a house in the neighborhood across from us that has he has about 10 of those blow up decorations in his front yard, and they're all Star Wars Christmas themed.
Right. Right. And I know a lot of people that have them, they go ahead and put them on timers, and then in the daytime they flatten out on the lawn, and then they blow up at nighttime. Mine, I just kept it plugged in, running the fans, you know, 24/7, so that it was up all the time.
Right. That's like the ones I really liked during Halloween was those skeletons they came out with. They were 25 feet high,
Yep.
and it looked like a real skeleton, like it was all bone pieces, and you had to put it all together and everything.
Right. Right.
Let's see here.
I offered to take Stuart down and put him up at Lynn's house, and she said no, she didn't want any decorations. Well, there's guy wires on Stuart, okay, to hold him, because he's,
Right, that's big. That I can imagine.
and so I went out there to dust off some snow off of him, and I tripped on one of the guy wires and did a nosedive. And of course, Lynn's watching on the outside camera. She thought that was wonderful.
Yeah, she said Stewart attacked Paul last year and knocked him down.
That'd be a little disturbing, seeing Paul trying to do that with Santa Claus.
Yeah.
$5 on Santa.
Those minion ones are popular. I've seen those in a lot of yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're real popular.
It is one of the more popular, and but it's just big, and it's just like I didn't put them up this year just because it was I don't know how to say it, but I just can't do it anymore.
No, I got 2 blow-ups in my front yard. I got a snowman and a Christmas dog. That's it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Yeah, snowman is about the same height as me. So
Wow.
Yeah, like
oh,
the
Ron,
inside
it
of,
was. I bet, Lynn.
I mean, that's like being inside of a blow up, one of those blow up bounce houses, and it deflating on you while you're inside of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Jody, what's up? Oh yeah, those are the ones I like. The people that do they put all those lights out and then they do the music to them, and then the lights are choreographed with the music. Those are really cool. I've seen quite a few videos of those on the internet last like few weeks. She said everybody on Canadian Drone Hub watched it. So I want to pull up Amazon real quick. I want to look at something. Dang it, come on.
Here's how, I'll show you guys an aerial shot of Stewart. There he is,
Oh,
right?
yeah. That's a big boy right there.
Mhm.
I mean, he looks almost the size of your tree right there.
Yeah, no, he's big.
Oh, wow, they got a 26-foot inflatable Santa Claus on Amazon. Guess how much it is?
How much?
$1,400.
Oh, my goodness.
That's expensive.
See, I can think of, let's see, what can I do with $1,400? You gotta do something better than buy up a blow up Santa.
Yeah. I
I mean,
would,
for that price, it better be really good quality material,
Well, yeah,
like really good. That's insane.
all you need is someone to come along with who has a hate on for Santa and take a knife to it, punch a
Yeah.
hole in it.
that's what Lynn said.
Mhm.
She lives in a neighborhood that transitioned from being a really nice neighborhood into an okay neighborhood, but you got to watch the people that trans through it, you know?
Right,
So her neighbor bought a real expensive set of chairs and a table and put on the front porch, you know, of the house.
Mhm.
Overnight, they stole it. It was gone.
Oh, yeah, you know, thieves, if it's not nailed down, they'll steal anything, no matter, doesn't matter what it is,
Yep.
you know.
Yep. It's sad, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
And the heck with you if you try to do anything about it, you know?
A lot of neighborhoods, though, I mean, it seems like they'll be really nice for, about 15, 20 years, and then they'll start going downhill
Right.
once the houses start getting a little out of date, and then people with money start moving out and buying newer houses. They're like, I think they said about 60% of the housing communities in Florida are HOAs. It's like 60 or 70% of all
Wow.
housing developments. Like the one I'm in it's not a gated housing development, but it's a HOA. But the HOA here doesn't enforce anything because people do stuff all the time they're not supposed to do. They don't do anything about it. But then there's some that are super strict. Your grass can't be a certain length. I've been in HOAs where your window curtains all had to match, or
Oh,
you had to
yeah.
have a certain type of blind in the window. Like they were so strict.
And you had to keep your garage doors closed with your cars in the garage. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a double-edged sword. It's nice because it does keep your community clean, but at the same time, you kind of feel like you don't have freedom in your own house.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Who's
It
hot?
is.
Yeah, like
Who is Haas?
the condo I have, I can do anything I want, I can't take down any structural walls. That's a big
Haas
one.
is her huge German Shepherd.
Love German Shepherds. Those are such good dogs.
Oh, he's a big one.
One of the most intelligent dogs you could own.
Yep. He follows Lynn around like nobody's getting close to my mama.
So, oh, Lynn said my daughter lives in a fancy strict HOA. They don't even mow or shovel. It's also gated. Everything is done for them.
Oh, yeah, well, with that case, they're probably paying condo fees and everything else. They have all
Oh,
that
yeah.
stuff done.
Yeah, because like, you know, you could have like a 6, 7, or even a $500 a month mortgage in some of those places, but then you're paying another whole mortgage just in, you know, HOA fees.
Hmm.
You'll be paying $400 or $500 a month just in that in some places.
Their condo fees are around $240 for the month. So that covers the grass, snow, covers all the outside, the windows and everything, doors.
Here, I'll show you a picture of Hoff. That's
German Shepherds are by far my favorite dog. Oh yeah,
Well, and German Shepherds are very loyal dog to their
Oh, yeah.
owners, you know, very loyal.
That's her boy Hoss right there.
Hmm.
it's a handsome boy right there,
Yeah.
Lynn. So she and Sean own their own home, but pay fees as they are on the road most of the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, her daughter and son-in-law, they both work high level management for Walmart, like you did. And
I was only store level, but
oh,
yeah,
they got company cars and all kinds of
but,
stuff.
yeah. If you get a company car and all that, you're at least a district manager or higher.
She they both work in they go in and redo stores that need to be redone. They bring crews in and redo this.
Yeah, they manage the remodels every
Yep.
5 to 7 years.
Yep.
A store will get one.
Yep.
Oh, those stores get beat up so bad though, just because of the amount of traffic going through there.
Exactly.
They get beat up bad.
What I kind of miss is the fact that remember the old Kmart stores, right?
Mhm.
When Kmart first opened up in Port Huron back in the 1960s, I think it was when they first opened up, they used to have a deli with a meat counter just inside the door, and you could go in there, they'd slice up meat or make you sandwiches and all kinds of stuff, you know? Because that Kmart was a they had their original starting at Kresge's, SS Kresge stores. Then they went and did Kmart stores. The SS Kresge stores were the downtown stores on the main corner where you went in and I remember the wood floors, they used to creak and they had all different kinds of stuff. But along the one side of the store was not a deli counter, but you know, the stools you sat on and they had a counter and they come around, buy a slice of pie, you could get a chocolate shake made, you could get a sandwich or a salad or whatever.
That's just like I remember the Thrifty's grocery stores back. They closed down in I want to say the mid 90s. And you used to be able to get the big cylinder scoops of ice cream.
Yeah.
And they were like really well known for their ice cream. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, that's the way that was at SS Kresge's. You go in and get a hot fudge sundae, and it came in those, you know, the metal cups type of thing with them. Oh yeah. Or a banana split came in a real banana split bowl, you know, with a 3 or 4 scoops of ice cream down the middle, and heaps of whipped cream on top, where they had the old time whipped cream things. They had the handle on it, and they. Yeah.
Oh, I remember when the Kmart closed down here in Winter Haven. Legoland actually bought the property because it sat vacant for probably 4 or 5 years, and then they bought it and tore it down. Legoland's putting something there now.
Yeah.
They've been buying up property like crazy around their park.
Santa's still singing and dancing in the front window. I can hear him singing. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not.
I can faintly hear them.
Yeah. I'll let him sing a while longer and then I'll cut him off. Tell him to take a break.
Yeah, I've seen some people too, some tours of some old Kmart's that were closed down. It's sad. Just like watching those videos when they're walking through the old
Yeah.
malls. They show you a video from the 80s and it's just packed full of hundreds of people, just thousands of people in the mall. And then they walk through now and it's just empty.
Yeah, all of our Kmart's closed down here back in the 90s. Everything just shut right down, along with Zellers and everything. It just all started disappearing.
Yep.
Didn't they have a thing up in Canada where Target opened like 200 stores and then they ended up closing them just a few years later?
Yeah.
Because they just couldn't compete with Walmart up there, because I guess Walmart kind of owned the market up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember watching a little documentary thing about that.
No, we still have our Toys R Us store here.
Oh, I'll bet.
Yeah, it's still here. It's still going. It's pretty strong, Toys R Us. So
Well, they actually went to like 90% of their business now is online. They actually still have an online presence.
Mhm.
They were bought out by some company that wanted the name, and they're using it for more of an online business now.
Yeah, Lynn says that there was one just south of us that they just closed last year, was the final Kmart.
Oh, I got so many good deals when they were on their last week here. They were doing 90% off everything. I went in the electronics department and got two Android tablets. One was I think a 10-inch, and then one was a 7-inch, and I only paid like $40 for both of them.
Well, pretty much the same thing happened here when remember Sears and Roebuck went out of business.
Yeah,
All
there's
the
another.
Sears stores. They used to have all the tools and everything.
They sold Craftsman, I want to say, to Ace Hardware, didn't they?
Yeah. They're still making Craftsman, but it isn't under the Sears and Roebuck.
Yeah. That's another iconic name that fell to the wayside.
Yep, everybody used to go to Sears. Let's go to Sears,
And you
They
say,
had clothes and everything, but it was Sears was the first one to have like an optometry center in the stores.
Right, or gender.
And
You
they also had, every one of their stores, they had an all-state insurance company in their store. A counter,
oh, like a kiosk.
Yeah.
I remember when the one Sears shut down here in the mall about 5 years ago. We actually had a huge influx of their employees come to Walmart. Like Walmart was like the Walmart here, the store manager was literally just hiring everybody from Sears and bringing them over. And we got probably 20 or 30 employees from Sears that came over there.
Yeah.
So they were able to do their last day at Sears, and then a couple days later they started right at Walmart.
yeah, well, that Simpsons was an old time business here in Canada. 'Cause it was here for the longest time.
Yep. Simpson Sears.
And then when Sears came out, Simpsons, Sears. But of course, Eaton's, we used to have an Eaton store here. That was an old time business too.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we're showing our age there, Ron.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, look how iconic Macy's was, and now they're starting to close everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the only ones that are really doing, I think the only store that they said does really well is the one that's in New York City. I mean, they've shut down almost all the Macy's around the country too.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty much now it's just Walmart and Amazon. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, they're classed as the big box store, and of course, Amazon's just an online store.
Yeah, and you'll have a few sprinkling of specialty stores that do a certain thing, you know?
Yeah.
That may or may not survive. It just depends upon nowadays with COVID about the supply chain. I had somebody complain to me the other day, they can't figure out why there isn't any supplies in the stores, that there's shortages. I says, they don't have any truck drivers. They can't get it there.
Yeah. That's the problem. You see, a lot of people don't want to get into it.
Yeah, there's,
Truck driver.
I heard nationwide, there's like 100,000 openings for truck drivers in the US alone.
Well, US and Canada and Mexico.
Yep.
Oh, did you hear what they, remember, did you heard about that truck driver that got convicted of 110 years in Colorado because his brakes failed and he killed 4 people by accident? Well, the whole trucking community now won't even drive into Colorado. They're refusing to drive in there. And so they're going around the state and they won't make any deliveries into the state right now. They're all boycotting it because the driver's brakes failed. It wasn't his fault. And traffic was stopped and he ran right into the back of a bunch of cars and accidentally killed 4 people.
Mhm.
And they convicted him 100 and gave him 110 years in prison.
That's crazy.
And
Say,
so,
absolutely crazy. That's why they have such big insurance policies, you know?
Well, yeah, the reason why that driver got nailed like that, because they looked at the driver, you're responsible
Yeah.
to make sure
4
that
million
truck is
signatures to
roadworthy, make sure everything is working right. But if, if he lost all his brakes like that, his air buzzers and everything should have shut off,
Yep.
like what it came on.
Right.
And then the spring brakes would slowly start activating all by themselves to stop the truck. They just snap on because when you lose all your air pressure, you got your other backup brakes that are on there that just snap right on.
Yeah, a lot of
they-
people don't understand air brakes, how they work, because
Right.
you
Well, when
lose
the truck
when you lose total air, your brakes go on.
when the truck is traveling down the road, there's all their braking systems got to rely on air. So all the air is in their tanks. So when they open up the air valve, it opens up all the valves to have all the air start filling the lines. It only takes 3/4 of a second to get the lines filled and another 3/4 of a second to start applying the brakes. So when the truck's going down the road, right, it's got no brakes really when you look at it, because
all right.
but you got to have air in the lines though anyways. So as soon as you open up the valve, it opens all the other valves up and the air goes rushing all over the place.
But like you say, is the stopgap is if there's a sudden loss of air pressure, the springs are supposed to apply the brakes then?
Yeah, they'll start coming on slowly.
Yeah.
See, I just the only thing I don't know about like the details of it is whether I want to say from what I was reading, I think it was like he was coming up to the stop traffic, was trying to slow down, and then it just like I guess it happened so fast. I don't know how far he was from when he tried to apply the brakes to when he actually hit him.
But a lot of steep grades and everything in Colorado, right?
Colorado, yeah.
Yeah, so he probably was probably coming downhill and ended up with brake fade because he overheated his brakes.
Yeah, if they could track it back to him being at fault.
Mhm.
But what used to amaze me is when I used to drive through mountain ranges or whatever, and you saw those emergency truck off ramps and they go down and then they go up like that,
runoff ramps. Yeah.
like a ramp.
Yeah, they're usually filled with like gravel and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That way the truck just buries itself into it.
hmm
So it loses all its momentum.
Nowadays, basically, if you can, if you're one of those, because you'll need a tow truck to pull you out and the DOT is giving you a fine. We know what you were doing wrong.
Yeah.
Here you go. And you can't argue with that. Yeah. Okay. I was going a little fast. I should have been in the truck, got away from me.
Yep.
But yeah, they have
and trucks going down mountain grades can get away from you very quickly.
oh yeah, that happened quite a bit down in the
Mhm.
Cajon Pass in California.
I almost
That
had
was-
my truck. It almost got away from me when I was coming through the Rocky Mountains. I thought, not today, you ain't. Oh, no, sorry.
But yeah, they have a petition, I think, going now, and it's got like 4 million signatures, I think, or 2 million signatures.
Mhm.
And like I said, the entire trucking community is taking the guy's side and they're refusing to drive in there. Like they showed a whole bunch, like hundreds of trucks just pulled over and parked on the side of the road.
Well, yeah, because of what they'll do, they'll start pulling every truck over and going through them with, going over them with a fine tooth comb, and they find something wrong that you happen to miss.
Yeah.
Here
Lynn's
comes your
over there
big
doing
fine.
the happy dance. Her prescription just got arrived.
Mm.
She ordered that. Here's a for instance. She ordered that like around noon or 1 o'clock this afternoon from Amazon, and it's delivered already.
Oh yeah, delivery is going to get down to hours eventually.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Walmart and Amazon, when you order something from them, you're going to get it within hours, not days.
Mhm.
Because like I was telling somebody, a couple weeks ago, Amazon actually, if you look at the way that they do their business, they actually lose over $1 billion a year in shipping costs to get you those packages that quick. But in turn, that makes them billions of more dollars back. So they're willing to lose $1 billion to make 10 billion, And it makes sense. Walmart does the same business strategy with a lot of their stuff.
Right.
And even Costco, those $5 rotisserie chickens. Costco refuses to raise the price of those for their customers, even though it costs more than $5 for them to make that for you.
Yeah.
They
have those chickens out at Sam's Club too.
Yeah, and they actually lose money on those every year, but they want to keep it at $5 for the customer. And so they're trying their hardest not to raise the prices of it.
Have you seen those around?
No.
You get a full rotisserie chicken. In fact, you go back there where they're doing them, and they got those things that are turning and the spits and going around like this, big racks of them, and they put them in a plastic container, snap the lid on it, and people are buying them left and right for $4.99.
I see that kind of thing at Swiss Chalet all the time,
Yeah,
in the restaurant. So
yeah.
And the Costco chickens are good too, though.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're going in there and you're just getting yourself a cheap kind of okay dinner. It's actually a really good chicken for the price.
yeah, I think we got 2 Costco's here in the city I live in. So,
Yeah, Lynn says she paid an extra $2.99 to have same day delivery. And in her mind, what the heck? If she had to go try and find it someplace, it'd cost you more than that.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal. I mean, if you want to get it same day and you don't have to go anywhere, I mean.
Now, Lynn likes the ribs at Sam's Club, but and I like ribs back when I used to have some teeth, but the fake ones don't do so well. I don't know.
That's like if, honestly, if Walmart wouldn't have started investing in their online business like 4 or 5 years ago when they did,
Yeah,
they would have ended up being Kmart.
yeah.
Amazon would have ended up killing them, but they were smart. They said, okay, we got to do this now. It's now or never. And they started pumping billions of dollars into their online business. Because honestly, with companies, if you don't innovate, you're going to get left behind. You got to keep up with all the innovations.
And then putting grocery stores inside Walmart helped them out too.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
70%, like on an average Walmart, 70% of their profit actually comes from the grocery side of the store.
Yeah.
It's a huge profit margin for them.
Mhm. Especially, this is what they try to create as a one-stop shop area.
Mm-hmm. And they do a good job at it because people still go.
Yeah.
Walmart's one of those few companies that a customer, you can come in there, you can piss that customer off to no left end, but they'll come back every time.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. And people going there to buy some clothes. Oh, let's check out. Oh yeah, I need this at home. Like, yeah, I'll better grab some of this over at the grocery store while I'm here.
Right.
Instead of going to Walmart and then running down the road, to the grocery store and get something else.
Because I used to see this, all those people come in all the time, and they'd call me up there, and I'd have to talk to them. They get all pissy with me. I'm never coming back here again. You'd see them the next day. Same person you just had a conflict with. be in there buying $200 more worth of product.
Well, that's the thing about the big box stores. You go in to spend 30, 40 bucks, you come out with $150 worth of stuff in a cart, you know?
But that's one of the big marketing strategies for Walmart too, is all that stuff at the registers.
Yep.
You know, that's to get you, that's impulsive buying is what they call it. And so they put all that little stuff that makes you look at it and say, oh, that's pretty cool. Let me get that.
Yep.
You know, it's a little $2-3 item, but you think it's cool. So you might get it, or a you might need a stick of chapstick, whatever.
Yeah.
So they make a lot of money off of that too. Just like Walmart's the biggest banana distributor in the world. They sell the most bananas. That's their number one sold item that Walmart sells is actually bananas. A lot of people know. I don't know. A lot of people don't know that. And just like the little pies that they sell for 50 cents,
Yeah.
those right there alone are $1 billion item every year. Just those little 50-cent pies they sell.
All right, Paul, I think I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna go up and grab some dinner and probably lay down and have a snooze before I go to
Sounds
work.
good.
So
I
thanks for
don't-
having me
I
up.
don't know how much longer we're gonna be on anyway, because it looks
Mhm.
like we're kind of petering out here, doesn't it?
So,
Well, thanks for coming in, Ron.
yeah, well, thanks for having me. Everybody in the chat. You have a good
And-
one.
and
Have a good
save-
night, Ron.
And save me from standing here looking like an idiot.
I hope everybody has a good Christmas holiday. So,
Yep. Thank you.
all right, we'll talk to everybody later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
And you know, another thing too is, you know, I think Walmart, I don't know if they still own it, but I think they owned McLean's too for a point of time. That was the company that delivers all the candy to all the gas stations and Walmart and all that.
Yeah.
I think that they own them for a portion of time. I don't think they do anymore, but one says a Walmart owns 51% of Lowe's. I didn't know that. I had no idea about that. I know a lot of people thought Lowe's was owned by Walmart because of the color scheme on the stores were similar. A lot of people used to tell me that. I never even knew that. It's interesting. They were actually, you know, Walmart was supposed to buy TikTok when TikTok was supposed to be getting banned. Remember when they were trying to ban TikTok?
Uh-huh.
I think it's Tencent that owns them, the Chinese company. I think that's the company that owns TikTok. But in order for TikTok to stay in business, they had to sell their portion of business in the US to an American company, and Walmart was actually the one that was going to buy it. And then it just never went through because that was right at the end of, you know, Trump's presidency and all that. And it never made it through. But I know that they were one of the people, one of the companies that was supposed to buy it. It was them and another company were supposed to go half and half on it. Because Walmart actually owned the streaming service Vudu, and then they ended up selling that, I think, a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah, they actually had their own streaming service. It was the Vudu. Like every time you'd go in there and buy a DVD, it had a little Vudu sticker on it.
Yeah.
And Walmart owned that for a while too. But like I said, I think they sold that not too long ago. Which, I mean, honestly, Walmart needs to get into the streaming business because that's where a lot of money's at. You know, like owning a company like Netflix on the side or something like that.
Sure.
There's a lot of money into streaming services right now. Because look how many shows Netflix has lost over the last 5 years because now all these networks are starting their own streaming services. You know, Disney, there was a bunch of Disney shit on Netflix just a couple of years ago, but then Disney started up Disney Plus and they took all their stuff off Netflix. The one I like though is HBO Max because all the new movies that are being released in theaters
Yeah.
are simultaneously getting released for free on HBO Max if you have the app the same day. So like when they get released in theaters, it will also be released on HBO Max and you can watch it if you have the app. It's like $14 or $15 a month for it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what do you think, Justin? Think we keep going or you about had it?
Yeah, I gotta get off here.
Yep.
I got some couple things to do before I lay down.
Hey, everybody, thanks for being here. We'll see you all again next time. And thanks to Justin and Ron for sharing the airwaves tonight. And we'll see everybody.